Hey guys, it's Udi. Let's have a look at Melted Vibes. This is a Kontakt library, part of the Play series, and as with the other Play series members, except maybe Butchvik drums, we have two layers and you can blend those layers and create your sound. But of course, if you go inside, you'll see that there's more to it, and we're going to explore Melted Vibes and the sounds. Before that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'm uploading new videos all the time. Like the video if you like it, and leave comments if you have any questions or anything at all, and I'll do my best to answer you. Let's get started. This is Melted Vibes, and as you can see, we have the two layers. We have layer A, layer B, and on the bottom here we have the different macros. We have balance on the left, volume on the right, and then we have some option to randomize some of the presets here. So now let's listen to what we've got. That's pretty quiet. So let's already audition something new. I'm going to use here complete control, and you can use also Kontakt. I'm going to just select this one, and you'll see that we have now different sample loaded. Right, and so that's the main view, and I can also just click on this title here and change the samples for the A or the B layer. And just do this real quick and go back. And we can see that we have on the top right here, we have sound, FX, sequencer, and macros. We also have some other settings here, and we're going to explore that. So right now we have the sequencer turned on. I can turn it off. So the sound are pretty wacky, and that's the, I guess that's how Melted Vibe sounds all the way. And so that's the main view here. Let's just jump over real quick to the sound effects, the sequencer and macros, to see what's in them. So if you go to sound, you'll see that we have like a synthesizer-like interface here. So we have A layer, B layer, and we have transpose, tuning, we have panning, volume, then we have the sample rate reduction, we have a bit crusher, and we have noise, we have color, and on the bottom here we have filter with different filter types. If you click this drop down here, you'll see we have all kinds of actually pretty good filters. So you can select that, and then sometimes you'll get the gain, sometimes you don't. And then we have some modulation options. We have two LFOs and two envelopes. And you can also modulate everything with the velocity, aftertouch, and mode wheel. So I'm going to show you this real quick later. And if you have any questions and you want to see a deeper dive into these features, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to do a separate video on those. So that's the sound. And of course, it's the same for B, and you can link them. So whatever you do in A will go for B, and vice versa. And that's just the sound interface here. So let's see what's in the effects. So in the effects, we have EQ for A, EQ for B, and then we have a chain of effects. And if you just click this title here, you'll see that we have the controls. So this is what we have for the tape saturation. Here we have nothing. So I can just click this drop down here and select, for example, let's go for a phaser, and I can just add a phaser to the chain of effects. Right, so that's the idea. And then I can also drag and drop these, so I can rearrange the whole chain of effects. So this is pretty cool. Now let's have a look at the sequencer. So what we have here is a preset that uses the sequencer. This is how it sounds. And I'll go into the sequencer view, and we have 4 tabs. We have pitch velocity, macro 1 and 2, macro 3 and 4, we have macro 5 and 6. And let's go back to pitch velocity, and we can see that we have 16 steps. So we can limit this, go from 2 to 16. We can set the direction, we can set some gating here, and we have the pitch, and you can see that we actually have the degrees. Let's play. But we also have the rate, we have swing, and we can set the first step. We can also set retrigger, we can set latch, and we have the root key, scale, and we can actually lock this, and when we are moving between preset, that will be saved for us. So if you click this drop down here, you'll see that we have different scales, and we can play, and we'll be always in that scale. So we can set the pitch to be correctly in that scale. Right, and we can actually use the same idea to just modulate the macros. So right now we have the cutoff here. I can do something like this. And the resonance. And for macro 3 and 4, for example, we have the rotator. Can do something like this, and then we have the lo-fi. And macro 5 and 6, we have reverb, so I can have more reverb as we go, and the melt will go higher as we go. Now let's see how we can assign the macros. So if you click the macros, you'll see that we have the names of the macros here on the top, but also on the bottom. These are the actual buttons that we'll use. And if you click those, you'll see that we have the different assignments of the parameters. So let's go for cutoff, and we'll see that we are affecting layer A and layer B cutoff. And this is very easy to program. So let me show you how it works. We'll go over to sound, and here we have the different macros on the bottom, but now they actually have these little dots, these LEDs. So I'm going to click this, and you'll see that it flickers. While it flickers, it means that we can program, and it is already programmed here for the cutoff, but I want to add gain. So I'm going to select a type of filter like the ladder PLP1, and now I'm going to click the gain, and you'll see that I have macro assignment, and I can set the range. So this is the range that I want to affect, and this is pretty much it. So now when I'm just moving this cutoff, I'm also increasing the gain. So this is how it works. And this is pretty much it. You can play with that. It's very easy to assign, and if you go to the init preset and create your own sound, you can program these buttons on the bottom here. So what we are left is to go to the general settings here, and here we have some other ideas. For example, we can set the key ranges. So right now both A and B just span across the keyboard that I have, but I can have just a assignment for A for some of the keys and for B other keys, and so I can play with two hands. One will be controlling A, the other B. That's pretty easy. You just click this and just set the limits here. So this is pretty easy, pretty cool. And if you have just like me, you have complete control, you'll see that you have the color coding. Let's go back, sorry for that. And we can also set the glide, and we have the velocity curve and some other settings which I'm not going into right now, but we do have mono, legato, and the note priority that you can change here. So you click this and go up and down, and you have the note priorities. This is with probably when you're playing just in mono, and you're just going from one note to another. Okay, thanks for watching. And again, if you have any questions or anything at all, just leave comments below this video and I'll be back with some answers. Like the video if you like it. And that's it. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye.